We haven't posted a video in a little while, but we've been very busy, especially Tina. She's worked her butt off. So we're going to do a little quick video today, just do an update of what we've been doing, what basically she's been doing. She's been doing most of the work. She's been out here for the last 2 weeks in the shop. Every day, probably 6-7 days a week, busting butt. The Rust Queen has been busting butt. I call her the Rust Queen and the Epoxy Queen too. So I'm going to show you some things that we got that I picked up real cheap that's pretty cool, and then update you on progress on some of the cars. So let's check it out and see what's going on here at the shop at Sparkle City, South Carolina. Right, buried in here is my rotisserie I picked up. This man did an awesome job on it. I bought the rotisserie complete for $500. It's on nice roll around casters. He's even set up a hydraulic brake system here that you can rotate it around and then lock it in place with a brake master cylinder. And looks like a flywheel, or flywheel and some kind of disc brake pad and a caliper. Anyway, I got that for $500. Complete, ready to go. Let's check this out. This is what I have outside here. You're gonna see, when it comes to getting deals, I'm kind of blessed. Tina says I'm blessed, and I'm tending to believe her. That's just such a cool rotisserie for that price. You can't build it for that price. I was helping a manufacturing plant move. They're moving out of South Carolina to North Carolina, and I told them, man, I needed a welding table. Do you have anything for a welding table I could buy? He said, yeah, this is what I got right here. Real heavy steel. I picked up 4 casters for it. Cheap casters at Harbor Freight. And this thing is really well built. Heavy duty. I bought it for $5. Kind of dark underneath the porch here. We're getting the wind and the rains from the hurricane. I got this for $5. Big, heavy casters. Nice metal table, handle on it, heavy duty plywood, solid plywood, wooden top, rolls around just slick as easy as can be. Be a great table for upholstery or a push around cart or whatever. Anyway, for $5 I figure I can't go wrong. I don't know, guys. If your gal's not doing this for hours at a time, you're not doing something right. You don't have her trained right or something. I don't know.
I'm telling you what. Woo! It's a dusty mess under here. Rusty and dusty.
That's good for you. That's why I hear the Rust Queen.
Oh.
Alright then, Nova, she's done the floors, completely stripped the floors inside of the doors. And everything is just in epoxy. Just an awesome job. Now, when I say awesome job, I see that she did forget the package shelf. But she's going to go back and catch that shortly. Also, she went to work in the trunk. I'll replace the trunk pan, that center section, but everything else been sanded down to bare metal and in epoxy. Super job, chick. I had business to attend to yesterday, so while I was gone, the Rust Queen did some work on the Javelin. Actually, she sanded the whole roof, interior of the roof. So, tell me what you did, chick.
Well, okay. For all you guys, I just want you to know that Jerry's business trip was taking an adventure to go scuba diving.
It was business.
So, while he was out there at 7 o'clock in the morning, I was here sanding the ceiling. I sanded that for like six hours. Then I sat here and scuffed off the other epoxy because I'm going to put on another coat. Sanded all that, alcoholed it. I worked solid 8.5 hours on this while he was out playing.
Business.
I had to be rushed to the emergency room to ICU to have morphine drips in both arms, and I ended up having to have 2 shoulder replacements. Just all that because I was in such severe pain, and all while he's out playing.
The Rust Queen, Epoxy Queen, has worked her butt off. This is the Javelin on the inside. She's cleaned every inch of this to bare metal, cleaned it thoroughly, and come back with epoxy. Floors are done, package shelf is done. This top is just awesome. It was in really rough shape. I mean, it was rusty as crap. I'll show you some cutaway shots. Sail panel, everything. She's just done an awesome job here. Hard-working chick. I mean, one hard-working chick. Okay, while Tina is playing in epoxy and whatever on the Javelin, I decided to get back on the 385. I got the block back from the machine shop. They baked it clean, bored it off the center line of the crank, coned in the clearance with plates, and then went back and ultrasonic cleaned it, knocked in a fresh set of cam bearings. And I got to tell you, this block is pretty spotlessly clean. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with Dawn hot soapy water, clean it up real good, and see if we can get the build started today. We're ready to go. Got the leaf blower ready, my water displacing chemical, garden hose with the nozzle, brushes, Dawn detergent going in for the hot soapy water now. I'll spare you the cleaning, but we're going to get it cleaned up, blown off, run it back in the shop and start building. I've marked the clearances on the mains, pulled them back loose, dropped in the crankshaft, and lubed them with assembly lube, and going back and torquing them down. So we're getting the short block built as we speak. Hope to have the short block built today. And I want to update you on the Plymouth Rock. Really nothing going on with it. The former owner gave me all the stainless that get pulled off. Thank you, Frank, I appreciate that. That's the stainless for it. Basically, I've done nothing but just drive this baby. Take it out on the weekend and take it for a cruise. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's jump in and go for a ride. Now, don't get too happy behind the wheel there.
Oh, hey.
I'm going to be the one who's driving, not you, chick.
Just trying to adjust the seat for me.
Well, I don't want you to get too familiar and too happy with this car. So we're going to change positions. You're going to sit back here and shoot video. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I'm going to drive.
We're going to get a wheelie?
No, no wheelies.
Oh, burn rubber?
No burn rubber.
Oh.
No. All right.
We need to one day, though.
Well, we will one of these days, maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Flathead 6.
Yeah. Yeah, so that means we can't get a wheelie?
Well.
Maybe not?
Maybe not.
Okay, well, we'll just be Grandma and Grandpa then.
Okay. Let's ride.
Okay.
You need to come up with a song, though.
Huh?
Mary Oldsmobile song.
There it is.
Only a Plymouth song. Plymouth Rock. It's so grand behind the wheel of a Plymouth Rock Oldsmobile. All right, we're ready. You don't turn the steering wheel with it standing still. It's impossible. Just about. Oops. You have to be moving slightly forward. You can't turn it. As long as you're moving and rolling forward or back, there you go. 100 miles per hour, but we're actually not. Amp gauge works, oil pressure gauge works, and so does the temperature gauge and the fuel gauge, so we have something. Horsepower. All right, let's get into it. Man, that thing is quick. Well, sort of. Quick for a flathead 6. Think I can outrun some revenuers with that? They see this car. They see this car. Me being from South Carolina, they may think I'm hauling shine. This neighborhood was once famous for shine. In fact, I'm gonna share a story with you. The neighbor across the street, when he first built this neighborhood, it was all dirt roads, and this was back in the country. He had a bunch of Plymouths, 392 Hemis. Man, I'll tell you what, I was on fire, just a young teenager. I go over there and hang out and watch him work on the cars. He'd talk about how fast they are. Then I found out one day we got to be friends. He said, you know, if you'll want to run a load to Tennessee for me, I'll let you pick out any of these Plymouths that you want to drive. The biggest one, the fastest one, 392 Hemi, you just take a load up there, come back, I'll give you $100. I said, man, that's a good idea. I think I may take you up on that. Made the same offer to my neighbor, my buddy Larry. Larry couldn't keep his mouth shut. He went and told his mama that the man offered both of us an opportunity to run shine, 2 teenage boys, and the next thing I know, poor old guy was arrested. We were in trouble. Never did get to drive that 392 Hemi though. But I'll tell you what, it sounded wicked. Missed opportunity. Okay, we made it home. Time to go back in the shop one more time. See if we can do some work. What do you think? How you like it? How about you, Tina? How you like it?
I love it.
You love it? But it's not as grand as an Oldsmobile?
That's right.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
Just kidding.
This one's mine, that one's yours. It's not going to walk away and disappear like the Oldsmobile did. This one's mine, that one's yours. Understand?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
All right, let's go work. Plymouth Rock, solid as a rock.